Imagine a time when your deepest thoughts weren't private, when the very essence of your mind could be laid bare for others to perceive. Across millennia, ancient seers, mystics, and shamans across every corner of the globe claimed this extraordinary power, the ability to pierce the veil of the human mind. Welcome to Echoes of Time, your portal to the forgotten pages of history. Tonight, we confront one of humanity's most enduring and unsettling questions. Was this mere superstition, a clever trick of the light, or did our ancestors truly possess a forbidden knowledge of psychic abilities? From the legendary Oracle of Delphi, whose profound prophecies seem to transcend ordinary human knowledge, to the esoteric practices of Egyptian high priests believed to communicate with deities and perceive hidden truths, whispers of telepathy and clairvoyance echo through millennia. We embark on a journey not just to decode history's most enigmatic claims of ancient mind reading, but to truly understand what these phenomena represented to those who lived them, and what they might yet reveal to us about the uncharted territories of the human spirit. Could the secrets that lie under the dust of centuries hold keys to abilities we've long dismissed as mythical? Our quest begins in the heart of ancient Greece, within the hallowed confines of the Oracle of Delphi. Here, the Pythia, a priestess chosen to serve Apollo, sat enthroned, her words veiled in ambiguity, yet her profound prophecies seemed to transcend ordinary human knowledge. To the Greeks, she was not merely a speaker for the gods, but a conduit, her mind seemingly reaching into the future, discerning intentions, and offering insights that shaped empires and altered the course of history itself. Was this the product of shrewd political observation and psychological cunning, or did the oracle genuinely tap into a collective consciousness, perceiving truths inaccessible to the everyday mind? The very reverence and fear she commanded, the extraordinary lengths to which both common citizens and powerful rulers would go to consult her, strongly suggest a deeply held belief in an extraordinary mental faculty, a perception beyond the five senses, capable of piercing the temporal veil and discerning the hidden currents of fate and human will. Her profound impact wasn't just about foretelling, it was about perceiving the unstated, the underlying realities. Journeying east to the timeless sands of ancient Egypt, we encounter another compelling narrative of extraordinary mental capabilities. The high priests of Egypt, guardians of sacred knowledge and intermediaries between mortals and the divine, were believed to communicate directly with deities, to glean wisdom from unseen realms, and to perceive hidden truths. Their esoteric practices, often shrouded in mystery and meticulously documented in cryptic texts, implied an ability to transcend normal human perception. For the pharaohs and commoners alike, these priests were not just religious figures, but possessors of deep, almost supernatural insight. Their minds seemingly attuned to frequencies beyond the mundane world. Could their elaborate rituals, their sacred plants, and their deep spiritual disciplines have been designed to unlock an advanced state of consciousness, allowing them to truly read the intentions of gods and men, or to perceive an underlying reality invisible to the uninitiated? The meticulousness of their spiritual traditions suggests a methodical approach to expanding mental faculties. The disciplined pragmatism of the Roman Empire might at first seem an unlikely stage for such mystical claims, yet even the most powerful emperors sought guidance from diviners, their need for strategic advantage overriding any skepticism. Roman historians meticulously detailed accounts of these figures, whose supposed ability to read intentions and predict outcomes was a crucial aspect of political and military strategy. Emperors, faced with treacherous plots within their own courts or critical battlefield decisions that could secure or destroy their legacies, would consult these seers, convinced they could perceive the unarticulated thoughts of rivals, the secret machinations of enemies, or the future implications of present actions. These were not mere superstitious acts.
They were deeply embedded in the societal fabric of Roman life, reflecting a widespread belief that certain individuals held the power to access and interpret the hidden currents of human will and destiny through advanced mental perception, a means to understand and control an unpredictable world. Across the vast expanse of ancient Asia, spiritual traditions developed independently, yet echoed strikingly similar claims of expanded consciousness and extraordinary perception. From the rigorous meditative practices of ascetics seeking enlightenment, to the sophisticated philosophical systems that sought to map the inner workings of the mind, ancient texts, some lost to the sands of time, some only now being deciphered, describe advanced mental disciplines. These disciplines were not merely for spiritual enlightenment. They were explicitly aimed at achieving extraordinary perception, at gaining insight into the minds of others, and at understanding the interconnectedness of all things. Whether through focused concentration, elaborate visualizations, or the cultivation of specific subtle energies, these traditions speak of practitioners who could transcend ordinary sensory input, seemingly able to perceive thoughts and intentions without conventional communication. They reveal a systematic exploration of consciousness that challenges our contemporary understanding of what the human mind is truly capable of, suggesting an empirical approach to inner experience.
And from the indigenous cultures spanning every continent, a rich and vibrant tapestry of oral traditions preserves stories of shamans entering altered states, not for spectacle or personal gain, but to glean insights vital for their community's survival and well-being. These shamans, often revered as healers, visionaries, and spiritual guides, claimed to communicate with distant minds, to access a collective consciousness that held ancient wisdom, and to perceive events unfolding far away. Their methods, ranging from trance dances and ritualistic drumming to the ceremonial use of specific sacred plants, were carefully designed to shift perception, to open conduits to information otherwise hidden from ordinary awareness. For these cultures, the shaman's ability to read the unseen world, to understand the motivations of strangers, to predict environmental changes crucial for hunting or harvesting, was not magic, but a profound and practical extension of human consciousness, deeply rooted in a symbiotic relationship with nature and the spiritual realm. It was a vital service, foundational to their way of life. Beyond these compelling narratives, tantalizing fragments of material culture and cryptic texts offer subtle yet profound hints. Archaeological finds, sometimes unearthed from forgotten corners of ancient sites, occasionally present artifacts whose precise purpose remains enigmatic, yet resonates deeply with themes of mental influence or perception. The deliberate placement of certain objects, the unique construction of ritual spaces, or the symbolism etched into ancient tools all beckon us to consider a deeper, non-conventional application. Deciphering cryptic ancient texts, from the cuneiform tablets of Mesopotamia to the hieroglyphs of Egypt and fragments of long-lost manuscripts from various civilizations, reveals more than just historical events or religious dogma. They often describe sophisticated practices, intricate rituals, and philosophical underpinnings that, when closely examined, appear to be designed precisely to manipulate or perceive thoughts. These aren't outright confessions of telepathy, but rather a complex web of symbols, instructions, and narratives that, when viewed through the lens of mind-reading claims, take on a profoundly different and more intriguing meaning. They suggest a deep, albeit obscured, understanding of the human psyche that predates modern psychology by millennia, a complex science of the inner world that we are only beginning to reconstruct. For too long, modern scholarship has largely dismissed these captivating claims as ingenious myth-making, clever trickery, or simply manifestations of cognitive biases inherent in human perception. The prevailing rationalist paradigm, born of the Enlightenment, struggles to accommodate phenomena that defy empirical measurement and conventional scientific explanation. Historians and archaeologists often attribute the astonishing power of the Oracle of Delphi to shrewd political observation and a vast intelligence network. The insights of Egyptian priests to elaborate deception and psychological manipulation, and the prophecies of shamans to a deep understanding of human psychology, natural patterns, and the power of suggestion. They argue that these alleged psychic abilities were merely products of highly persuasive rhetoric, powerful belief systems that fostered credulity, or the misinterpretation of ambiguous information artfully tailored to fit expected outcomes. From this perspective, the mind reading was an illusion, a powerful social construct skillfully deployed to maintain authority, solidify belief, and enforce social order, rather than a genuine faculty of perception. The stories, while undeniably fascinating, are thus relegated to the realm of folklore, beautiful narratives, but ultimately without a basis in verifiable fact. However, alternative perspectives challenge this conventional view, daring to ask if we might be overlooking a fundamental truth about human potential and the nature of consciousness itself. Some controversial hypotheses propose that ancient human consciousness might have been fundamentally different from our own. Perhaps it was less fragmented, more permeable, more attuned to subtle energies, or less tethered to the individual ego, allowing for a natural, intuitive connection to a broader field of information, a form of collective consciousness. This isn't just speculative. It invites us to reconsider the very evolution of human thought and perception, to imagine a mode of being where internal and external boundaries were far less rigid than they are today. Another intriguing avenue explores the critical role of specific sacred plants and rituals. Could these ancient practices, often involving deeply altered states of consciousness, have genuinely unlocked latent psychic potential that lies dormant within most modern humans? Modern neuroscience, with increasing caution and curiosity, is beginning to explore how specific brain states, induced by meditation, trance, or certain psychoactive compounds, can profoundly alter perception and cognitive function. Could our ancestors, through empirical experimentation over millennia, have harnessed these states not just for spiritual insight, but for accessing abilities akin to telepathy or clairvoyance? Discovering a kind of biochemical key to hidden mental doors that remain locked to us. The intersection of ancient wisdom and cutting-edge brain research hints at possibilities we are only now beginning to cautiously explore. Furthermore, some scholars argue for the very existence of a forgotten ancient science, a sophisticated understanding of the mind and cosmos that is now largely lost to our contemporary world. They suggest that ancient civilizations possessed intricate models of reality that incorporated energy, vibration, and consciousness in ways we are only beginning to rediscover. The intersection of ancient wisdom and cutting-edge brain research hints at possibilities we are only now beginning to cautiously explore. Furthermore, some scholars argue for the very existence of a forgotten ancient science, a sophisticated understanding of the mind and cosmos that is now largely lost to our contemporary world. They suggest that ancient civilizations possessed intricate models of reality that incorporated energy, vibration, and consciousness in ways we are only beginning to rediscover. Lost science might have provided a precise framework and systematic techniques for cultivating and utilizing psychic abilities, not as magic or divine intervention, but as a systematic application of complex principles we no longer comprehend. These hypotheses, though controversial and requiring careful archaeological and textual investigation, challenge us to open our minds to possibilities beyond our current scientific framework, to consider that history might hold secrets far more profound than simple myths and legends, secrets pertaining to the very nature of human potential. As we peel back the layers of time and examine these pervasive claims, the central question persists, echoing across the centuries. Was it the persuasive power of suggestion, a deeply intuitive connection to nature and human behavior, or something far more profound that allowed these ancient practitioners to seemingly read minds? Was it psychological acuity honed to an astonishing degree, spiritual insight derived from deep meditative states, or a genuine, albeit lost, faculty of the human mind, waiting to be rediscovered? The evidence, subtle and fragmented, yet consistent across disparate cultures, compels us to look beyond simplistic answers and embrace the complexity of our mysterious past. Echoes of Time has meticulously investigated the captivating, often unsettling, history of alleged ancient mind reading. We've journeyed from the prophetic whispers of Delphi to the esoteric practices of Egypt, from the strategic diviners of Rome to the advanced mental disciplines of Asia and the intuitive insights of indigenous shamans. We've explored the tantalizing hints hidden in archaeology and ancient texts and grappled with the differing views of modern scholarship, weighing skepticism against the sheer volume of claims. This journey forces us to question the very boundaries of human perception, to reconsider the limits we place on our own consciousness. Was there a time when the human mind operated on a different frequency, attuned to channels of information we've since forgotten or perhaps actively suppressed? Were these forbidden psychic secrets truly deciphered in antiquity, a lost inheritance from a past we barely comprehend? The stories and hints are too pervasive, too consistent across disparate cultures and timelines to be entirely dismissed as mere coincidence or trickery. They are not merely quaint myths, they are powerful echoes of humanity's great, untold history, calling us to look deeper into the enigma of our own minds and the true scope of human potential. Join us next time on Echoes of Time as we continue to delve into the past to better understand the present. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss our historical explorations. But for now, ponder this. If our ancestors truly possessed a greater understanding of the mind's hidden potential, what other secrets lie buried, waiting for us to rediscover them?